Dear students, now we are going to see about purchasing of material. So here we are going to see about purchasing. What is purchasing objectives, functions, policies, vendor rating, and vendor analysis. So what is purchasing? So once the material requirement planning is over, with the help of the material planning and control, the next step is purchasing. There will be a separate purchasing department will there, and their main function is to procure the material like finished goods, semi-finished goods, tools, equipments, machines from different types of suppliers, and they will store it in the inventory where the material will be moved to the manufacturing area and the products will be developed or manufactured. So purchase department main objective is they have to procure the product with proper quality and quantity at a proper time at a lowest price and with a desired quality. So according to Walters, purchasing function means the procurement of purchase of proper material, machinery, equipments and supplies for stores used in the manufacture of products adapted to marketing in a proper quality and quantity at the proper time and at a lowest price consistent with the quality desired. So if the purchase material is not met with the proper quality and quantity, then your output will not meet the best quality and quantity, which simultaneously you will lose your customers or future customers or existing customer. So purchasing department or purchasing functions plays an important role in production outputs. Next we are going to see about the objectives of purchasing. The first one is we have to avail the material from the suppliers and at a minimum possible cost. The second one is there should be we have to maintain a continuous flow of productions so that there enough material is stocked in the inventory with the help of the purchasing department, and we have to increase the asset turnover, and we have to develop the alternative source of supply. So in the case of emergency, if we are attached only with a particular supplier, it will create a production block. So we should have an alternative source of material purchasing or alternative supplier to meet the emergency period. The next one is to establish and maintain a good relationship with the suppliers so that they will avail the material in a best quality and quantity, and even we can negotiate with the price if we maintain a good relationship with them, and they will deliver the material on time also after the purchasing order is placed. And we have to achieve the maximum integrations with other department. Purchase department duly depends on the other departments like finance department for fund and marketing department to know the actual customer expectations, and production department, the production department raise the requisition of the material. On that basis the material will be purchased by the purchase department. And HR department they will also help to do the purchase with the proper requirements. Next one is to train and develop the personnel whoever is involved in the purchase so that they will have a good negotiation skill and good vendor rating skills. Next one is we have to record all the bills and transportation cost and maintenance cost during the purchasing should be done efficiently, and we have to report the maintained report to the management whenever it is required. The next we are going to see about the parameters or measures of purchasing. The first one is right attitude of SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis we know very well: strength, weakness, opportunity and threats with respect to the purchasing. So when we want to purchase 10,000 tires for our automobile manufacturing, we have to do a SWOT analysis with the existing vendors whether there is much opportunities and strength is available so that there will not any deviations, or whether any defective products is supplied by them will affect our outputs or not. So that we will do in the first parameter, that is right attitude SWOT analysis. Next one is right place of delivery, price communications. So here we have to communicate properly. We in the purchase department will act as a mediator between the supplier as well as with the management or a company people. So they will tell, or they will negotiate, and they will tell this is the price of the material and I have negotiated this much with a reasonable price and quantity and quality. So we should not compromise with the quality as well as the quantity if in the case of the price is reduced or discount is offered by the suppliers. So delivery play point should also be mentioned properly so that the material reach the production unit without any delay. Next one is right sources of vendor rating purchase. We have to source the suppliers with a proper vendor rating who is delivering the products with a promptness that is nearer to us, and best quality is offered by them in a best quantity and with a better price. Next one is we have to maintain a contract with the suppliers in terms of legal rights. The next one, right transportations cost, transportations and logistics. All these things are another measures to be done. Next one is we have to maintain the proper lead times analysis. So once the procurement is done, when it comes to departure, and we will check whether the quality is met or not. All these things should be done in a right time with a proper record point. Next one is right price negotiations, learning curves. So negotiation skill is most important in this purchasing parameter. Next one, right quantity or economic order quantity, and inventory models also used for the purchasing elements or purchasing functions. Next one, right quality, rejections and specifications should also be maintained. If the quality is not met, we can reject it, and if there should be a proper specification should be mentioned with the quality also while for the purchasing of the material. The last one we are going to see about the right material. So value analysis is done whether this particular material will give returns in the future, or unwanted or alteration should be done in the future if the material is not met with the quality and quantity. So these are the parameters of purchasing. Right attitude, that is SWOT analysis. Right place of delivery, here we will see about the price discrimination, price communications. And the next one is right place of delivery. Okay, the next one, right sources, you will see about the vendor rating while we are doing for the purchasing. Right contracts, legal aspects mode is done. The next one, right transportation, cost analysis, and transportation and logistics. Logistics is movements of material from one place to another. The right time according point. So the next we are going to see about the functioning of purchasing. Next one, receiving the intents, assessing of demands or description of the need, selection of sources of supply, receiving of quotations, placing order, making delivery at the point at the proper time followed by the orders. The first one is we have to receive the intents, that is we have to receive the intents like descriptions of the material what we are going to purchase with different vendors. And the next one is we will assess the previous demand and our demand forecasting, and whether there is a need for material in the particular department or not. These things it is done by the purchasing department. Next one, selection of sources of supply, with whom we are going to receive the material, who is our suppliers. It is based on the vendor rating. We will go with the sources of supply, whether we are going to buy our products or make our products, or in the which source we are going to buy, on which time, in which quality and quantity, with what specifications we are going to source it. All the things will be done by the purchasing department. The next one is receiving of quotations. The quotations will be received from different vendors, and with respect to the quality, promised quality, and their existing business or a goodwill, we will go for the opting the particular suppliers. Next one is placing the order. So once the quotation is finalized with a particular suppliers, we will place the order. The next one is making the delivery to the each work center at a proper time with respect to the order placed by the different departments or work centers. The next we are going to see about verification of invoice. We will verify whether the price and quality mentioned in the receipt is up to the promised or not with respect to the delivered products by the suppliers. Then we will inspect the each material whether the material is up to the standard or not. Then we will meet the transport requirements of incoming and outgoing materials. So we will make the arrangement for the transport or movements of the one movements of material from one work center to another or one branch to another. Next one, maintaining the purchasing record and file it, because whenever those record will helps for the accounting management, and we will check whether the fund utilized from the capital is better or not. Will you make use of it? The next one, reporting to the top level managements about the purchase done and how many cost is how many we have spent on the capital, and developing the coordinations with the different departments, that is communicating the raised price or changes in suppliers also should be done with the different departments, and creating goodwill in the eyes of the different suppliers. So these are the functions of purchasing. The next we are going to see about the importance of purchasing. So importance of purchasing, why we want to go with the purchasing is to have a proper cost control and to maintain a good price stability, and have a proper supply chain management, and to reach the better customer satisfactions. Now we are going to see about the purchasing procedure. So it starts with the need recognitions from different work centers. So the work centers or a production department or a any other accounting department, HR department raise the requisitions for the purchase. So the next we will with respect to the need recognitions, we will go for selecting the suppliers. After the selections of the supplier is over, with the help of the vendor rating or vendor analysis, we will place the order with them, and we will make the follow up when the products or a material will reaches, on which date, on which time, and who is in which mode, in which transport mode the product is going to deliver with us. So we will have a follow up with that. The next one, we will receive it on the day of delivery, and we will inspect whether the order placed is received or not, and we will make the payment through the invoice. The next, we will maintain the record which happens, which where we will record all the things like quotations from different suppliers, negotiations made with them, and legal contract made with them, and placing the order record, order document, and the receiving document, and quality checkup documents. All the things will be filed in the maintenance of record. Then maintenance of vendors is also done. So we will have a good relationship with the vendors or suppliers, so that our purchasing will happen in the future also without any deviations. The next we are going to see about the purchasing policy booklets. The next one is general policy statement, that is defined by the organization. The next one, methods of procurement, in which way we have to procure our material. So it starts with vendor analysis. The next it starts with the need recognitions from the departments, and vendor analysis, selection of vendors. So different steps should be followed, and which method we have to do the vendor analysis. All the things will be included in methods of procurement. Then conflict of interest, how the issues happens in the purchasing will be resolved. All the things will be happened in the conflicts of interest. The next one is tax exemption, processing the purchase orders, open purchase order, vendor selections, over budget line items purchases, damaged goods, how we are going to handle the damaged goods, consulting different competitors or same level business persons, and how they are procuring the suppliers, and grant payments, legal contracts and lease, visa card policies. Like under that we have policy statement and summaries. Restrictions, what are the restrictions there in case of a purchasing, reconciling your monthly statement, additional information will comes in the visa card policy. Centralized purchasing is done with the help of computer software, hardware equipment, and printers, office suppliers, toner supplies, paper, custom printing, furnitures will comes in the centralized purchasing. This purchasing is done for whole organization. The last one is departmental purchase, like stationery, files, books, or any other computer for a particular departments. Those things will be done in department purchases. Then our last one is disposal of surplus material and equipments. If unnecessarily the material and equipments is stocked, it is again a big headache to the inventory management. So how we are going to dispose the surplus material and equipments, all the things will comes in the purchasing policy booklets. Next, we are going to see about the types of purchasing system. Here, the first one is tender system. So, like government tenders, we used to see in a newspaper. Tender will be noticed in a media. So, whoever is interested, they will quote their quotations to us, and with respect to their promise made by them, the contract will be fixed. That is a tender system. Next one is stockless purchase. So, we will maintain a good stock in the whenever the stock goes to a minimum level, we will raise for the purchase in the will make the raise in the purchase. Next one, system blanket order. The next, e-purchasing or e-procurements, placing the order online. Next one, subcontracting the equipments, materials, or semi-finished goods, parts, equipments, etc. Rate contract method, putting some certain types of share contract we will do. Then petty cash system. So whenever the order is placed, we will release a particular amount. Then once the dispatches happens, again we will make a amount, make the payment. Again when the product is delivered, again we'll make a amount. Once the inspection over, the final amount will be settled. So it is a petty cash system. The last one is capital equipment purchase. The capital equipment purchases purchasing for the machinery or capacity, etc. So the next we are going to see about the vendor rating. So vendor rating is a formal evaluation system for vendors. A vendor or suppliers are given standing status or a title according to their attainment of some level of performance, such as on-time delivery, meeting the lead time, better quality offering, and reasonable price or a best pricing, or some combinations of variables. So with respect to these factors, we will evaluate the vendors and we will give a status or a title to them, and we will keep a continuous business with them. The next one is criteria for evaluations. So these are the 3 points included in criteria for evaluation. The first one is pricing factor include competitive pricing, pricing stability, price accuracy, advance notice of price changes, sensitivity to cost and billing. So these are the things should be included in the pricing factors. Competitive pricing is we will compare with the different suppliers whether the price is reasonable or not, or a slight reduction is done or not. Next, price stability. Previous last month they should have given with the price, and this much they have increased to slight. If they are fluctuating the price, then it will not create a good relationship. So they should maintain a good price stability, and price accuracy should be there, and there is hidden prices should not be involved, and advance notices of price changes should be done, and billing should be in a proper way. Next one, in the sense of quality, it includes conformity to specifications, reliabilities of repair, durability, support and warranty. So reliability is so whenever there is a requirement for the repairs, it should be happen. Next, delivery factors. Time, with the on time the product should be delivered with the best quantity, lead time, packaging, documentations and emergency delivery should also maintained. The next one, we are going to see about the techniques of vendor rating. So here, categorical planner, weighted point plan, cost ratio method and forced decision matrix is given in this slide. So categorical plan, it depends on the judgment and experience of a decision maker or a committee. Here periodically a evaluations committee will be organized, and they will evaluate the each vendors, and with respect to their judgment and experience, and they will choose a particular vendor. The next one, weighted point plan. So a good supplier is with quality, on time delivery and services and prices will be given a more point, and others will be given a lesser and lesser. Depending on the importance, purchaser fixes weightage for each vendors and rate accordingly. The next one is cost ratio method. Cost ratio method. Quality, delivery, services and prices are the categories where the costs are allocated. After subdividing each factors, the particular vendor is selected. The next one is forced decision matrix. So here price, quality, service, reliability of the supplier, lead time of the supply, etc. are identified first, and the factors are compared with each one, and like quality and quantity. Then we will find out the best supplier for our purchasing. Next one, Avastin's vendor selections. The steps involved is the vendors on the approved list are ranked on the basis of buyers' subjective evaluation. The selection of satisfactory vendors meet or exceeds the standard. If the applied vendors do not fulfill the minimum standard, then the minimum standards may be relaxed till the vendor is chosen. So this is Avastin vendor selections. Here approved list of vendors are ranked on the basis of the evaluation, and once a satisfactory vendors is met or exceeded, they will be selected. If the applied vendors do not fulfill the minimum standard, again the minimum standard will be released until the vendor is chosen. So that is Avastin vendor selection. Next one is service cost ratio. So evaluating all the intangible aspects of suppliers like research and development and labor stability, financial stability, flexibility in productions for rush orders, all those things are considered as intangible aspects of suppliers. So it is also one of the analysis in a service cost ratio, assigning the weights to each factor according to the importance of the purchases. Next one is Bell quality rating system. Bell Helicopter Company first developed this lot quality index, which gives assessments of all lots received against lots rejected. This company attaches greatest importance to the quality. So best Bell quality company, since it is developed, so the name itself came as Bell quality rating system. Next one, IBM quality rating system. So there is a formula for calculating the vendor selection. Vendor quality rating is equal to decide cost of inspections divided by actual cost of inspections into 100. So with the help of this formula, the vendors are selected. The next we are going to see about the value analysis. So it is implemented during the World War II by Lawrence D. Miles. Value analysis is defined as organized creative approach which has its objective the efficient identification of unnecessary cost which provides neither quality nor use nor life nor appearance nor customer features. If anything goes against this quality or life of the humans or a world or appearance or of customer features, those particular material will be rejected in the material procurement. So value analysis is defined as it's a creative approach which has its objectives and efficient identification of unnecessary cost involved in a material procurement. So value analysis focus on engineering, manufacturing and purchasing attentions to one objective, that is equivalent to lower cost. Here value is equal to functions of the material divided by the cost involved in procurement. Next we are going to see about the objectives of value analysis: to simplify the products, to use the cheaper and better material, to use efficient and economical processes, to reduce the cost of the products, to improve the product design, to increase the utility of products and to increase the profits. Next we are going to see about the steps in value analysis. So orientations. So here we will see about the needs, specifications and customer desire. The next one is informations, that is the informations includes the problems that involved in material while it is going to procure or while we are going to use it, and what are the benefits in that, and from where we are going to get it. Next one, creativity, use of imaginations and brainstorming, we know very well. And then adopt the process of blast, create and then refine. Evaluation analysis, estimate the value of ideas and explore the best. Planning, so final outcome should be planned with the help of the detailed final outcome is derived from the detailed planning which carried out with the help of a proper report from the approval of the management. The next one is execution or implementations. Once the approval is over with a proposal, recommendations are implemented, value engineers are expected to see that the approved recommendations are implemented or not. Next one, we are going to see about the merits of value analysis. So it helps in product designs, it helps to maintain the high quality, it eliminates the wastages, and it helps in savings the cost, and it generates new ideas in products designing, and encourage the team spirits and morale, and build and improve the company image.